Dear students, today we will discuss another important digestive gland that is liver. प्यारे बच्चों, ये जितने भी हमने नोट्स बनाए हैं उन सब की पीडीएफ फाइल हमने वीडियो लेक्चर उसके डिस्क्रिप्शन में अपलोड कर दी है. सभी बच्चे अपने नोट्स डाउनलोड कर लें. Dear students, in today's lecture we will cover another important digestive gland, that is liver. It is the largest gland of human body. It is about 1.4 to 1.8 kg in males, and females its weight is 1.2 to 1.5 kg. Liver having two lobes, unequal two lobes. This right lobe, it is larger as compared to this left lobe. Both right and left lobes are separated. Between these two lobes, a partition, a ligament is there, and this ligament is very important for NEET students. The partition, the ligament between right and left liver lobes, that is falciform ligament. Dear students, in liver, the structural and functional units, and these structural and functional units, another important question for competitive exams, these functional units are liver lobules. हमने कहा बच्चों liver lobules. This one is the diagram of liver lobule. That consists of hepatocytes. The liver cells, these hepatocytes secrete the liver juice, bile juice, and this bile juice is carried via small channels, and these are canaliculi, bile canaliculi. The liver secretion, the bile which gets stored in this pear-shaped pouch, and this structure is, it is gallbladder. Very important question, another for NEET students, competitive exams, gallbladder that stores liver secretion, bile juice. It means bile gets stored in gallbladder. In case of rat, in case of horse, there is no gallbladder. क्या कहा मैंने बच्चों? Dear students, in some mammals like horse, in rat, gallbladder is absent. In case of human body, the entire liver secretion bile gets stored in this pouch, that is gallbladder. From these two lobes, these right hepatic duct and left hepatic duct, which carry the bile juice, and the bile juice gets stored here in this gallbladder. The duct of this gallbladder, another important question, this duct is cystic duct. From this gallbladder, the cystic duct carries the bile juice, and this cystic duct unites with the right and left hepatic ducts, which produce common hepatic duct. It means this cystic duct and this common hepatic duct both unite to produce a bile duct, and this bile duct opens in this pancreatic duct. Now bile duct and main pancreatic duct, they unite and produce hepatopancreatic duct, and this hepatopancreatic duct opens in this duodenum via a swollen part, and this swollen part of this hepatopancreatic duct, it is ampulla of hepatopancreatic duct, or it is, competition students, this ampulla is, it is ampulla of Vater, V-A-T-E-R, and the opening of this ampulla of Vater in this duodenum, it is guarded by a sphincter. Another important question, that sphincter is OD. क्या कहा बच्चों हमने? This bile duct and pancreatic duct, they collectively constitute hepatopancreatic duct. Its swollen part, and that swollen part is ampulla of hepatopancreatic duct, or it is ampulla of Vater, and its opening in this duodenum, it is guarded by a sphincter. That sphincter is sphincter of Oddi. And this bile duct opens in this pancreatic duct. Here, its opening is guarded by another sphincter. Two sphincters very important. Sphincter of this ampulla of Hepar, it is sphincter of Oddi. And sphincter of this bile duct opening, that is sphincter of Weide. Dear students, from this pancreas, the pancreatic duct, this main pancreatic duct unites with this bile duct. But note down another additional and accessory pancreatic duct, and this accessory pancreatic duct opens directly in this duodenum. Note down this question. This accessory pancreatic duct is duct of Santorini. क्या कहा बच्चों हमने? In this liver, the structural and functional units, and these structural functional units are liver lobules, and each lobule is surrounded by a connective tissue sheath, and that connective tissue sheath is Gleason's capsule. Very important for NEET students. क्या कहा हमने? This capsule, this lobule, hepatic lobule, and that lobule is surrounded by a sheath which is made up of connective tissue, that is connective tissue sheath, and that sheath is Gleason's capsule, which is a characteristic feature of mammalian hepatic lobules. In this lobule, which is structural and functional unit of liver, these are hepatocytes which secrete bile, and these are special type of cells. These are adipocytes, and these adipocytes store fat. These another type of cells, and these special type of cells, these are very important for all competitive students. Kupffer cells, Kupffer, Kupffer cells, and these Kupffer cells are phagocytic cells which engulf, which digest the microbes, the pathogenic bacteria, and the dead, worn out cells, these Kupffer cells. Here, at the junction of each hepatic lobule, branch of bile duct, branch of hepatic artery, and this one is branch of hepatic portal vein. ये देख रहे बच्चों, this is hepatic triode, and in the center of this liver lobule, this one is branch of hepatic vein. Now we will discuss functions of liver. Production of bile. हमने कहा बच्चों liver, its hepatocytes produce liver juice, bile juice, and the bile, it is alkaline in nature. Its pH is 8.6. But in gallbladder, this bile juice, it gets concentrated, and in gallbladder pH is 7.6. Our liver daily produce about 500 to 1000 milliliter, means about 1 liter of bile. These hepatocytes produce a liver secretion about 1 liter per day. And in this bile, very important for all competitive examples, for all competitive exams, this bile contains some salts, and these salts are sodium bicarbonate, sodium glycocholate, and dear students, sodium taurocolate. The bile having some salts, sodium bicarbonate, sodium taurocolate, and sodium glycocholate, and these bile salts are involved in the digestion of fat, in emulsification of fat, means conversion of complex fat into smaller units. Next important point, function of liver, that is deamination. हमने कहा बच्चों deamination means amino group of amino acids is removed, and due to removal of amino group of amino acids, urea is formed. It means liver involves in deamination of amino acids or urea formation. Next point is excretion. The bile pigments. The bile pigments note down two very important questions. Bilirubin, which is yellowish in color, and this biliverdin, which is green in color. These are excretory products. As well as liver also removes urea and some other waste products like cholesterol through fecal matter. Next point is glycogenesis. Dear students, glycogenesis means liver involves in the synthesis of glycogen from glucose. Means excessive of glucose, that glucose is converted into glycogen in presence of insulin, which is produced by pancreas. Glycogenolysis. Lysis means breakdown of glycogen. Liver also involves in the breakdown of glycogen into glucose in presence of another hormone, that is glucagon, and this hormone is also produced by pancreas. Lipogenesis. Synthesis of fat, synthesis of lipids from excess of amino acids and glucose. Liver also involves in gluconeogenesis. बच्चों, glucogenesis means synthesis of glucose, synthesis of glycogen from glucose, means synthesis of glycogen from carbohydrates. But in case of gluconeogenesis, synthesis of carbohydrates from non-carbohydrates. It means synthesis of glycogen, synthesis of glucose, synthesis of carbohydrate from non-carbohydrates like proteins, like fats. Detoxification. Liver also involves in neutralization of toxic compounds, harmful substances, like very important toxic compound which is a metabolic product, that is prussic acid. It gets neutralized by liver. Hemopiesis, another important property, another important function, that is hemopiesis means liver involves in the formation of blood. Hemopiesis, formation of blood, and it occurs in embryo stages. Synthesis of blood clotting proteins. The liver involves in the synthesis of blood clotting proteins like prothrombin, fibrinogen. Secretion of heparin. Heparin, it is anticoagulant. Liver also synthesizes this anticoagulant heparin. Lymph formation. Liver, it is a main seat of lymph production. Synthesis of vitamin A. Dear students, vitamin A, it means liver that synthesizes vitamin A from beta carotene of carrot. Secretion of enzymes. Liver also involves in the synthesis of some enzymes which are involved, and these enzymes are involved in the digestion of carbohydrates, proteins, fats. Phagocytosis. हमने कहा बच्चों, these Kupffer cells are involved in phagocytic action to engulf, to digest the foreign bodies, pathogenic bacteria, and the worn out blood cells. Storage. Liver also involves in the storage of glycogen, vitamin A, D, E, K, and vitamin B12, as well as liver also stores some minerals like iron, like copper, like potassium. And another important function of liver, that is osmoregulation. Osmoregulation. As liver secretes an important protein, that is angiotensinogen, and this protein involves in osmoregulation. Liver is also a seat of heat generation that maintains body temperature. So dear students, बहुत सारे बेटे हमने ये सारा सब कुछ लीवर, उसके बेटे स्ट्रक्चरल फंक्शनल यूनिट्स, उसके फंक्शंस ऑफ लीवर, एंड टुमारोज लेक्चर वी विल डिस्कस पैनक्रियाज एंड इंटेस्टाइनल ग्लैंड्स। थैंक यू।